Hey babes, my name is Diamond and I write a blog called The Fancy Girls Guide, and I empower women to elevate their lives through fashion, lifestyle, and self-care. Today's video is going to be about personal hygiene. I love this topic because if we are going to talk about elevating ourselves, the very first thing is to show up and feel confident. And when you smell good, when you don't have those little lingering odors, you are going to feel your most confident that you can feel. So this video is going to touch on how to prevent odor, and we're going to talk about the internal and the external. So we're going to talk about products that we're using, and we're also going to talk about the things that we are ingesting. So if you like these type of videos, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so that you can be notified for weekly uploads, and do not forget to check the description box so that you can subscribe to the blog. Get on my email list so that you don't miss a thing. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, babes. So like I said, we're going to talk about the internal and the external. So let's go ahead and start with the internal, because whenever people are talking about like odor, like how to prevent odor or like how to be fresh, I feel like there's like a lot of conversation about like using all of these different products and adding all of these things to your body, when really what we should start with is taking some things away. So if you are experiencing like body odor, whether that is like vaginal odor or just maybe you sweat a lot and you just notice that your body odor is kind of on the stronger side, I want you to take a look at your diet and look at the things that you are eating. Because if you are eating a lot of like fast food, if you're drinking a lot of soda, a lot of like juices that are like not real juice, like not actual fresh squeezed juice, but like juice drink type of drinks, all of those artificial flavorings and colors and all of that is coming out through your body odor. If you are eating a lot of greasy foods, that is going to come out through your pores. Like the things that we put into our bodies have to come out somehow, right? And so sometimes the waste will come out, but a lot of times that stuff is backed up inside of you, and it's coming out literally through your pores. So I want you to take a look at your diet. Are you eating a lot of strongly scented foods like asparagus? No, you can eat asparagus sparingly, but asparagus will make your urine smell very, very strong. If you are eating things with like a lot of onions, even a lot of peppers, and if you're not like balancing your vegetable intake, and like let's say you're only doing like peppers and onions with everything that you eat, you will start to smell like an onion, like strong. So if you're like wondering, why do I smell so strong? Or like, why is it that some girls barely have a body odor? It's usually because those girls have a pretty good diet. So you should be eating, I would say a rule of thumb is to like eat things that you would like to smell like. Eat a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, like things that have like a crisp, clean scent. A lot of water-based vegetables are gonna help. So like you could do a lot of like salads, like lettuces, cucumbers, things like that that have a fresh scent. Now, I'm not saying, girl, I'm not telling you that you can't, eat other stuff. I'm just saying that you want that your like base of your diet to be things that are going to refresh your body, not things that are going to kind of make you smelly. Think about like that episode of SpongeBob, when I can't remember what he ate, but he was like, the smell was like coming out of him, and it was like everybody was like, oh my god, you smell so bad. That was literally like a life lesson. The things that you are eating are causing you to smell bad. So cut out the fast food. Like I can't remember the last time I had any type of fast food. I do not want to smell like a greasy bag of fries. So, and I'm sure you don't either. So start with your diet. Let's take a look. Are you drinking enough water? Like if you are drinking a bunch of coffee every day, if you're drinking a bunch of tea, if you're drinking a bunch of juices, but you're not drinking enough water, your system cannot flush out everything that it needs to flush out. So up your water intake, up your vegetables, up your fruit, and cut out the fried food, fast food as much as you can. And that is going to do wonders just off top. I promise you. Try that for the next month or two. And if I'm lying, come back to this video and comment and tell me that I'm lying. Because if it's one thing I'm not, it's a liar. Okay? Now that we have already fixed our diet, which is going to be step number one, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to incorporate some things into our daily routine that is going to help us feel refreshed. So, liquid chlorophyll. This really helps to just make you smell clean. It helps to like push those toxins out. And it just makes you smell like fresh and just gets all of that kind of like icky smell out of the way. You don't have to necessarily do that every day, but like a couple times a week, and it's just a droplet. You drop it into some water. One, that's going to help you increase your water intake, as well as it'll help with that cleansing, detoxing of your body. Next is going to be some type of like powdered greens. Like this is a green blend antioxidant, fights free radicals. It's one serving of fruits and vegetables and has 7 nutritious greens. And this is sweet berry flavor. And this is just some Amazing Greens is the brand. This is just something that my sister actually picked out. But I've tried a lot of different like green powders. They don't taste very good. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you this is going to be so delicious. It's not. It's not going to be very tasty at all, but you will get used to it. And this is a great way if you're struggling to get those greens, you're struggling to get those fruits and vegetables. This is going to be a great way to get those fruits and vegetables, which is going again to help with flushing out your system, flushing out your liver, and just getting you that extra hydration, because you're also going to mix this into water, but also getting you the fruits and vegetables that you need so that you can be healthy. The last kind of internal tip I have is to stop putting things inside of your vagina that are like scented, or just in general, stop putting things in there that's not supposed to go in there. Like your vagina is a self-cleaning organ. It cleanses itself. You all know what I mean. So you don't need to be putting little Yanni pearls and fragrance tampons or anything like that. You don't need to be putting things inside of you to try to help you smell better inside. Like, you do not need that. Stop. It's gonna cause either BV or it's gonna cause like a yeast infection. And so let's stop using fragrance down there, period. So no fragrance products, none of those little things that you see on Instagram that they're like, oh yeah, I put this inside of myself and detoxed my vagina. Your vagina detoxes itself. You're on a cycle. Every 21, every 28 days, however long your cycle is, your body is literally cleansing itself. So what you need to focus on is hydration, because that's going to help to let your body push all of everything that it needs to push out. Your vagina is so beautiful and so delicate and so intelligent. It knows what it needs to do, and you just need to support it in its natural way that it is going to flow. Okay, so now we're talking about the external. Again, no fragrance pads. I know the honey pot pads are super popular. They're like mint and lavender and this and that, and oh, it's so fresh, and oh, I'm gonna put this peppermint body wash. Stop doing that. Wash with hot water. Like, as far as your actual like vagina, take the shower head. If you don't have a shower head that's detachable, get a detachable shower head. You take the shower head and you wash yourself with hot water. You don't need to use any soaps, anything like that. I know a lot of people will recommend like Dial because it's antibacterial, but if you're going to use antibacterial soap, you are going to kill not just the bad bacteria, but the good bacteria. Then you're going to have an overgrowth of bacteria, which is what we don't want because, again, that is going to cause either yeast or more bacteria to grow. And we want to avoid that. Get you a clean washcloth, and the washcloth that you use to clean your vagina, I would use like free and clear soap, just in general, like laundry detergent to wash your towels. Then you don't have to worry about the fragrances from the laundry detergent, because if you are sensitive, that will also affect. I would also recommend washing your like bras and panties in those type of detergents as well, where there's no dyes, there's no perfumes. It's just cleaning them and just getting them, nice where you need them to be. Now I know there's like big conversation on whether it's necessary for you to like wax or remove the hair. Now I'm going to say that that is up to you. But let me just say that these things that I am sharing with you, these are things that I have learned from my mom. And one thing I can say about my mom is that in my 30 years of life, I've never once, not one time, have I ever smelled my mom be like anything other than a pleasant smell. I'm talking, I've never smelled her musty. I've never, literally never a day, a second in my life. And so I'm just saying that I know that these kind of things are popular because it's like what's sexy, but truth be told, it's only considered normal for people to like wax all of the hair off of their pubic area because it was popularized in porn. Like, this has nothing to do with personal hygiene. And I know people say, oh, it's more hygienic not to have hair. That's not true. Um, and yeah, I mean, people want to sell their services, so I get it, but the fact of the matter is that you can do whatever you want to do with your hair. I'm personally not a fan of like hot waxes or child. I'm really not a fan of none of that. Like, I like my lady to be just a well kept, delicate lady. So that is going to be my recommendation for that. Okay, babes. So now that we have cleaned ourselves in the shower with, again, just the hot water and a towel, now when you get out, you want to moisturize your lady parts, okay? This is what you should be using to moisturize. This, look, I just want you to see this. This is organic, unrefined, cold pressed virgin coconut oil. Now I know that there's like people like, oh, you should use a yanni oil, you should use, all of these fragrance things that are like little some rose petals and all of that. Child, do not put fragranced oil. Again, you shouldn't be using fragrant things down there. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why can I use this? Coconut oil is antifungal naturally. So this is going to help prevent any type of like bacteria, fungal, like yeast from growing. So this is great for you to use because this actually does not really add anything and it pulls away any of the bad stuff. It's also super moisturizing. So this will keep you from like chafing or like, having any dryness in your creases or anything like that. It's something that I like, kind of a home remedy thing that I found that I just looked up because it was like, okay, well, you got to moisturize your body everywhere. But what can I use to moisturize that is not going to have a negative impact? And then I cleared it with my OB And she was like, yes, that's great. That's literally the only thing you should ever be putting on you. So from my doctor to, you know, you, highly recommend it. So that is what you want to use to moisturize. Now, that kind of covers like the basic stuff to prevent like vaginal odor, because I feel like that's like the main odor that people usually are concerned with as far as body odor. Let's get into some other areas of your body that we want to make sure that we wash. Of course, our armpits, those are going to get smelly. Your butt crack, that of course is going to collect sweat, so you want to make sure that you wash that properly. You know, get you a nice gentle mild soap specifically for like your butt crack, and just be careful of course to try to make sure that you don't get any of the soap too far down, things like that, but you definitely want to make sure that you wash there. I would recommend shaving your armpits or getting them waxed. Personally, I just shave with a regular little Bic razor, and I have never had problems. I've been doing the same thing since high school, or probably like middle school, when my mom taught me how to shave, and it's been as simple as that. And then of course you want to wear deodorant. Now here's the thing about deodorant. You want to wear deodorant, but you don't want to wear deodorant so much that your body gets too used to it and then it stops working. So if I'm just gonna be walking around my house, I'm not wearing deodorant. Now you're probably worried about like, okay, well, what if I start to get like super musty? So I'm gonna give you a couple of different things. First off, you can detox your armpits. You can take black tea, boil it. You take the tea bags, you put that on your armpit. That will pull out some of those like toxins, those if you've been using deodorant too much, right? Also, you kind of just have to go through the process of letting your body adjust. You might be a little bit musty to start off, but eventually your body will regulate itself. Now, again, you are in your own home. So hopefully it's not, to the point of like where you're extremely musty. But personally, I only wear deodorant when I'm going, like if I'm leaving the house, I'm going somewhere, or if I like when you do your nighttime shower, don't put on any deodorant. And then that will give you several hours throughout your sleep. And then if you're musty, you can always shower again in the morning. But that will just help your body to adjust and help to let those pores kind of breathe, because you have to understand like your armpit is already a closed off space of skin, right? And so if you're putting deodorant on it, then it's always something that is like clogging the pores. There's always something compacted there. So you want to give that skin time to breathe. You could also put coconut oil on your armpits. That will help as well. When I talk about deodorant, I know that there are so many different options. And I'm not saying that you have to use this, but just in case you were wondering, I use Degree. When I do wear deodorant, I use Degree. And I've also used like the Dove aluminum free one. That one's fine as well. Again, I don't really have super strong body odor because of the stuff that we talked about at the beginning of the video. I have been in places in my life where my body odor was a little bit stronger, but it was because I was like eating a lot of onions and peppers, and like eating like like a 10-piece honey hot chicken wing. You know what I mean? Like a couple times a week. It's like, well, you're eating greasy food. Of course, you're going to smell like grease. So now that I don't eat those foods, I really have pretty mild body odor, if any. And so this is kind of a process that you will have to get to. But once you're there, it's like smooth sailing. Like I said, I've never smelled my mom once. My mom doesn't eat a lot of fast food. Honestly, I don't know if my mom eats fast food at all. I've never really seen her eat any fast food other than like Starbucks, little coffee or something like that. And my mom doesn't ever smell. So that would be my recommendation. Okay, babes, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. Hopefully everything was like clear. If there's anything that was kind of like confusing, please let me know. This is just going to be like a basic hygiene, how to prevent odor, like very, very basic things that you can do to like start your smell good journey if you're having some challenges. If you want more videos like this, please give this a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know if you do any of these things. If you agree or disagree with anything, I'd love to hear what you all are using and what your like routines are. Um, Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend because that would help me a ton. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. You have a wonderful day, and I will see you babes in the next one. Bye.